This is Jim the Keys, bartender, coming to you from the Catch Restaurant in Key Largo. It is now episode 102, Cameli, Pollicemus. That is not a wizard spell. That's just the title.
Latanium.
Latanium, yes. Well, it's Latin, and they add the U.S. on the end of the Pollicemus.
What is it? Penicillus? Testosteronus?
All right, well, that's, we're here with Bill Wissinger and
Hi,
Luke
guys. How
Glenn.
y'all
I'm
doing?
Jim, the Keys
Luke,
bartender.
how you doing
And
today?
don't be afraid, testicles.
Yeah. Well,
Sort of testicles?
Well, Achilles, he had his...
I think we mentioned this before, though. You said testicles on last episode.
I did?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even remember
getting
being here
repetitive.
on the last one, man.
I know. You fell asleep
That was
for
a
the
good
first
one,
20
man.
minutes.
I probably did,
Yes.
man.
You did.
Yeah.
I called you, and you're like,
called me.
dude.
Oh,
You took all the magic mushrooms. Yesterday, Luke, the episode was called Zombie Porn. And there was a whole subset of porn. Yeah,
Just imagine all the holes in a zombie you could stick it in.
Dude.
Well, that's kind of like the one of the things.
Yeah, no, he was
So what if
reading
you're
off
only
all
your
these
dick
weird
gets
ass
the
kinks.
zombie virus,
What was
man, and
the
you get a
now we
zombie
got to bring
penis.
this up with Luke because we got the he comes from Southern Baptist land too.
Yeah.
What
I
was
don't think
that
he'd be
one?
grossed out.
No, I'm talking about the last one we talked about with the I'm gonna hell, fire and damnation girl.
Oh, that is
You bang these women.
Oh, Stygiophilia, arousal to the thought of hellfire and damnation.
Oh, yeah, man. I've had girls, I'm sinning now.
Exactly,
I'm
man.
banging them doggy style. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to hell.
Yeah,
It's
I've
like
done
kind
it.
of creepy,
that's
but
pretty
back
bad.
then I was like, I'm going to fuck
That-
them anyway because
that-
they
Oh,
were
my.
really hot. It was just such a shame that a pretty girl like,
Yeah.
We just got the death stare from Holly.
So what?
Well, we got our attention
well,
when
we
we
couldn't
said
very
doggy
well do it
style.
hogfish
Yeah.
style.
Well, so we did. Yeah, we covered a bunch of fetishes, and I didn't realize there was a whole subset of that, and it's been going for 10 years.
Yeah.
That zombie.
No,
porn.
he was thinking that was a weird fetish, and I'm going, dude, you don't come from the Bible Belt. That is not a weird fetish. That's,
What? Stygiophobia?
Yeah, that's a
So,
pretty
no, I met girls like that.
That's a
when
pretty
the girls that started crying.
yeah, that's a
when
pretty
she-
standard thing.
And it wasn't because she just was thinking about damnation and hellfire.
No, man, it's the bestiality in the South that nobody talks about, but you can find these websites and every
Oh, they
single
do that
person in it.
up north too.
Well, they're all a bunch of hillbillies that live in Trump country, man. And they're
Okay.
all a bunch of animal
Okay.
fuckers.
Okay. Well, they're all over. Remember I told
Love
you
a
about
goat fucker.
there was a Cuban fella that he thought that if he mentioned that he had sex with chickens, that it's something that gets girls hot. And I guess in parts of Cuba that are
Probably does.
It probably does. And but speaking of Cuba, we're not.
I was
we don't
just
have any
saying
listeners in Cuba.
I was just saying radical shit, just because.
Oh no, it's all right.
You
You don't
know-
have to apologize for it. That's why we checked the box there.
Yeah, no,
I'm
we're
just
good.
saying we were going through fetishes and stuff like that, and
fetuses.
Yeah,
fetishes, fetishes.
Like I said, we were talking about that. And he's going, "That's a weird one." I'm going, "Dude, well, I wish Luke were here. 'Cause
I didn't.
This is pretty
I
standard."
Didn't. Wait
for,
a second.
For the South.
There was a couple of them
There was some
that you
weird
got
shit.
freaked out.
I wasn't freaked out. I was just
You
like,
were distaste. You had
I was
profound distaste.
I had profound distaste. I'm like,
Well, like for doing it with the dead.
we didn't
That's
go to
necrophilia. We didn't
but-
go over necrophilia.
No, we had some weird
because everyone
shit.
knows about that. I didn't go over crapophilia or whatever. It's carpography, where people get sexually aroused around people's waist. Their shit.
Oh yeah, man. There's
Go right.
the
There was
dudes
a
that
guy-
love. They pay hookers to crap on
Oh,
their
yeah.
chest,
Yeah.
so they can watch the turd coming out. That just makes
Yeah,
you
no,
hard.
that's a little
humiliation.
weird for me, man.
There you go. See.
Yeah, that's.
See,
I mean, I really don't want any shit on my chest.
No, but it doesn't freak you out. Though,
I have,
looking at
I
our-
have,
our thing.
as a kid playing in the yard, I have fallen in cow shit
Oh,
and dog
dude.
shit and every other kind of shit. Pig shit's really nasty to fall in
Pig-
and
well,
get it on your chest. Like, who the fuck wants
the
shit
whole
on their
damn-
chest?
You
man?
fell into all those different shits.
Yeah.
Go on, how many
Chicken
different-
shit.
I have rolled around in every kind of shit imaginable.
I
on the
stepped
farm.
in-
horse shit, man. In Amsterdam, I stepped in fucking
horse shit.
Horse, well, you get it in Philly too because they got the horse-drawn carriage.
Horse shit's not too bad. It's still mostly
No, it
just
was a
warm
cop's
grass.
Yeah, you're right. They don't have a.
Yeah,
they don't break it down.
It's mostly still warm grass. It's not like a cow patty where
Yeah,
it's just
it can't.
squish. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
you
had
know-
a couple incidents, but not like as many different. I'm sure deer.
Goat
Deer,
pellets.
deer looks like big
Yeah.
rabbit turds.
Yeah.
They're just little round
rabbit
fucking
turds.
pellets.
Goat
man.
pellets aren't bad. They're not raisins.
Yeah, they don't really, and they don't stink near as bad.
well,
as
the
like
whole thing
pig.
is-
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Let's not talk about shit anymore.
Okay. We're off the shit.
Let's get off of shit.
Dumb.
And,
We're getting off the shit.
We were talking. I just realized what the direction we were going, and we did. I pointed out to Luke that we had these listeners in Kiev, and in
Kiev?
Yeah, in Kiev,
All
Ukraine, and Sweden.
I bet they
and,
say shit over there,
Kathmandu.
too.
And I was thinking it would be neat to get someone from Istanbul, perhaps Kenya. I mentioned Kenya a couple times.
Istanbul was Constantinople.
Oh yeah, that's
Istanbul
they
was
may be.
Constantinople.
Yeah, they might be giants.
Yes.
Nobody's
business.
Constantinople
but the Turks.
did what?
Maybe. How about Tibet?
It's nobody's
what's the
business but the
capital?
Turks.
What's the capital of Tibet? Lhasa Apso.
Yeah,
Fuck if
something
I
like
know,
that.
man. I
And
don't
there's
even hardly know.
Alma Ata in Mongolia. That would be interesting.
Fuck
Mon-
that.
I mean, I
Mongolia?
don't. Yeah, why not? I would like some.
Are they the
farm-
ones that came up with the Mongolian beef you get at the
Oh.
Chinese restaurant?
No, that's
Yeah,
probably
they're the ones, the Mongolian horsemen that pretty much conquered.
that was
So what you're saying is
the whole-
Mongolian horse meat that we're eating?
probably no. Mongolian beef was probably some guy, some Chinese guy in San Francisco around the 30s,
Yeah.
20s or 30s, going, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're going to do this with this,
Yeah,
and we're
General
going to sell it to
Chow's.
everybody."
General Chow's chicken is not from General Chow. It's just
That's
some.
okay. I'll still
How
eat
do
the
you
shit
say
out of
that,
it.
man?
What?
That's- isn't
I'll
it-
still
I
eat the
thought it
shit
was
out of it.
General
Good,
Tso's.
I know.
man.
That's the spicy one.
That's
I
a
thought it
spicy
was
one.
General Tso's.
Whatever you want to pronounce it.
Fuck
It's
if
all
I know.
different
I don't know
language.
how to pronounce it, but that's
I
just
mean,
what think.
we use the English alphabet to try to pronounce.
I usually don't
Something.
pronounce it. I just point at it on the menu.
I'll have the number 14.
I have number 42.
14.
42.
Oh, I got that joke. Did I
Okay.
tell you that joke? This older Chinese couple, they've been together for like 55 years, and it's their anniversary. And the mother, the wife goes, "Honey."
My
for-
mom would say
for our
the wife
anniversary-
says. She doesn't
for-
go. She says.
Okay, she says, well, this Chinese. Your mom's not Chinese, is she?
Not that we know
Okay,
of.
that's good. So she goes, listen, I want to do something special for you for our anniversary and something new and exciting. What would you like to do? And he goes, I'd like to, you know what? I'd like to do 69. She goes, why do you want to do General Chow's chicken?
There you go.
Okay, I don't think that was culturally insensitive.
That was pretty funny,
Well,
actually.
Oh, you
there's-
like it?
Then there's the one where she doesn't want to participate, and he's
34
like,
and a half.
You know, and then
Oh, okay.
there's the
I'll
other
take
one.
34 and a half.
Then there's the one where he doesn't really want to get on the muffin, and so he says, "How about you give me a 68 and I owe you one?"
Okay, I'll take that one. Listen, when we were just before we started, we had the guy that stopped up here, and he just did that.
Stopped up.
You guys look like. You guys look like he.
Oh,
coming in
yeah,
there.
I look like some wrestler.
Someone in WWE that lights stuff up. I think there was a guy. He kind of did
I'm
play
sure.
with
Whatever.
torches, and I think he did the thing with the can of fluorocarbons where you just shoot some fire.
I usually prefer det cord and cordite, but
And Luke got, I guess you get it a lot. You got ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
Yeah,
ZZ
Generally.
Top.
And there were three guys at ZZ Top, and one of them was
Frank Beard, and he
Frank
didn't have a
Beard, who
beard.
didn't have a beard, had regular haircut and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
Not too long and all that stuff. Well, listen, before we get into
That's
our main
because his other job, other than being a drummer, man, he was a fucking
attorney,
well, he ended up being a fucking
funeral director,
No. He ended up being a
carnival barker,
No.
Let him finish,
an
man.
Attorney. He was but he was a
CPA.
No, he's like a district attorney kind of.
Oh,
guy.
he's a district attorney, a prosecutor,
I don't
defender.
know. I'm just
defense
making
attorney?
that up. That's called
Okay,
fake news.
I know. Well, I was coming
But
up with
that had no harmful intent,
No.
man. See, I hate the people with harmful intent.
I thought he
man.
made the food additives for breakfast cereals like Clark.
No, that
Clark
was
Griswold.
Clark Griswold, man.
Clark Griswold.
Well, if we're going to do
better living through chemicals.
There you
Okay.
go. If we're going to do ZZ Top, you're Billy Gibbons. I guess I got to be Dusty Hill. Yeah, you could be Frank Beard.
Yeah.
I'd be Frank Beard.
You be Frank Beard.
Except for my lack of
We
musical
could probably go to Italy and sell it.
We probably could, man. I'm thinking we could get busted at customs and walk right through as ZZ Top.
I kind of pretty much did.
Hey, that's Frank Beard.
And I still got my weed in.
I think they're at least 10 years older than us, maybe 15. They're close to their late 60s.
Actually, man, I had no idea exactly how old they are, but they are really old, man. You know, they were jamming with Jimi Hendrix.
I remember going and seeing
Billy Gibbons and Hendrix jammed.
I remember going and seeing the Tejas tour in Texas where they had the live cattle on stage.
Oh, they got
and I was
Tejas,
young.
another one of the great albums that nobody thinks about.
Nobody thinks about, but I was probably 20 at the time.
They're in their early 70s, I think. Those guys.
I would think they're getting probably closer to 80, man. They were actually kind of closer to Willie Nelson's age, man.
When they got their big hits?
Well, I mean, they were younger than Willie, but they were all about, the ZZ Top was playing in the 50s.
Not that much older. He was Billy Gibbons was born in 1949, so
49.
Oh, 14 years.
Yeah, he's
14 years, so he'd be 59.
70.
69.
68,
69.
Oh, I thought he was way older.
69 pops up.
So then that just means he was a lot younger when he was jamming with Hendrix, man.
Okay.
Wow, wouldn't that be a treat, man?
Yeah, that would be. Well, listen.
Well, I remember the Tejas tour. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Man, they did such good music back then. Everything was fantastic until, what was that, Eliminator.
Well,
and Eliminator was actually pretty good. And then they did the two follow-up.
The funny thing about Eliminator is all the critics had put ZZ Top to bed. They're dead.
Okay, let's get back on the Key Largo topics instead of talking about bands that aren't around anymore.
You're talking to two musicians.
I know that, but it's called Keys Bartender. We could talk about Keys music. We could talk about Keys musicians. We talk about your music and that, but not about guys that aren't around anymore because that's not. I think the demographic, demographic that was listening.
Let's get back to
Jimi Hendrix.
Inflatable latex ego.
No, not me. The demographic that listens to Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that do not listen to podcasts.
That's fine. We're gonna get back on track. With
it's
Jim
not my
here.
ego. It's not talking about me.
On crack.
It's not talking about me.
We're going to get back on track. Here.
Let's
let Jim
back on crack.
Be in the Keys. Let's get back into the Keys. And I want to ask
our
friend to come over here. We're going to be inviting over our friend, Mr. Kenny Stanley from the Coconut
Stanley. How you doing, buddy?
Telegraph. He's working on a project called the Key Largo Treasure Map, and he's going to talk a little about it. And
Howdy, Kenny. My name's Luke, man.
That's
very nice.
You know Luke, and you know Bill.
Big Bill.
Hey, Ken, how you doing? Good seeing you.
I met Kenny this week, Monday, when you came in with your map. I seen those in years back in Philadelphia and New York City and all that stuff.
Right.
Where they do caricatures of businesses.
Exactly.
To show them, and it makes them larger than life to make them easier to spot, and so people can find the places. Once again, Keys. A Keys place.
Keysy. We're getting back to the Keys.
Get back to the Keys.
We're talking about the Keys now.
We are talking about the Keys.
Hey, man, you left your beer way the fuck over there, man. You can't come and sit here without a beer,
you gotta bring me
man.
my beer over. All right. I
It's
didn't know if that
Keys
was allowed.
bartender
My first
because
time. Bartender.
Because
we can't
well,
call
we
it
talk
Keys
about
old
the
drunks.
digital age that we live in, and everything is perfect and this and that. When you see a map, it's kind of cool to see a caricature face of somebody that you know, right? So this artist that is working with us, his name is Rodley Nelson. He is a local guy. You might even know Rodley
Somebody
Nelson.
did one of those 20 years ago.
Well, actually,
Did you say Roger
1996.
I saw one of those maps in
Rodney.
Somebody did one about 20 years ago. The guys at Bayside.
22 years ago, to be exact. I have a copy of it. I brought it in before.
That was the last, and you used to see those all up and down. You go to all the touristy places on in the Carolinas.
Actually, it's time it be redone.
It's time for it to redone.
Yeah,
so that's the reason why I'm here, because we are redoing it.
Yep.
And what it is this really cool, fun treasure map, all right? And it's going to be Key Largo only, and it's going to encompass any business that wants to be involved, and even private individuals who just want to have their face and become a part of the real Key Largo community.
There you go.
Right on the highway or in the bay. If you're a charter boat captain, put your boat out in the ocean or on the bay.
So if we got Luke, we can have Luke on a skateboard.
Luke and
On
a
a
skateboard can
surfboard.
work.
I'm thinking it's me, Luke, and Jimmy with actual names, and we're not each other.
Yeah, actually, because people
Jimmy
do
Hawkins,
confuse
yeah.
us.
Yeah, or
All
big
the
guys that
time.
play that big old space
Yeah.
thing. They
Yeah.
can be on it too. You know.
Well,
No,
they
we
it's a
laugh
lot
like
of
hell
fun.
because they
It
get us confused
differentiates
all
the
the
way to
time.
differentiate your business, make a mark, and
Yeah.
see it and make it larger than life.
And what's really cool is that we're doing 15,000 units, and they're going or paper treasure maps, and they're going to be available free throughout the community. It's going to be delivered to the local visitor centers and all the bars and restaurants. You can be able to pick them up, and each business that participates is going to pick a big stack of them to give them out to their customers as souvenirs. Now, what makes it really cool is that there are. It's a real treasure map because on this map there are going to be certain secrets and mistakes that are written along in here, and with a fine-tooth comb, people are going to be looking at this map. So you can be sure if you're. It's a bit of a marketing thing. They're looking at each and every single one to find those mistakes, and they're going to get a gift certificate or some prize once they email Coconut
Let me
Telegraph.
ask you,
Man, we
if
could
you
do
were
one
to
of
be-
those photos
Wait,
where
hold
all
on.
of us have a ball hanging
Okay,
out.
that's
Oh my
that's a
goodness!
good one. Okay.
I'm not taking
I'm
the
gonna
picture.
ask you. I'm going to ask a straight question here, and on that. So the business should pretty much characterize what its main job is.
Yeah, it's going to be a logo. You're going to put a logo. If you're a boat
Okay.
captain, you'll have a picture of your boat. If you're a taxi service, you'll have a picture of your
Okay.
taxi.
How about if you're an Asian massage parlor?
That would work perfectly. I'd say there should be a naked person almost laying on their stomach
And they'd be happy,
with a couple of pair of hands
With a little ending.
with a happy face. Yeah.
a happy face.
There
Yeah.
you go.
As a
Happy
matter of
face.
fact,
That's
Okay,
good
I'm just
enough.
making
Will
something
you
like
come
that.
with me to make the call, that Asian place right down the
Which
road?
one? The
Yeah.
one right up here.
Yeah,
in
Actually,
Ashland?
I've been thinking
or the
about going
one
in there, but
Tavernier?
I'm not sure my wife would let me.
And
I know several.
Hell, she'd be like, "Go
masseuses
ahead."
that might be
Actually, you're right,
interested
she
in
would.
this,
What?
man. Several
You get to the point where you're
masseuses.
married long enough, it's like,
Would
go
be-
ahead.
Like
all
like
right.
Annie and Brian and my
that's
friend
a different-
Ariel.
That's a different type of masseuse. I know Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel.
Ariel works-
Legitimate masseuses will work
that's
too.
Legitimate masseuse, yes.
Yeah, man.
You got
know.
obviously the restaurants, hotels,
Restaurants,
motels,
hotels, exactly.
the Dolphin Center.
Restaurants,
Holiday
it's really
Inn.
It
good
would look
for.
like one of those maps in the from the
Big Finger
the
Pete, the
1600s
proctologist.
Yeah.
where they had, or 1500s where they showed when they're in the Indian Ocean, they showed sea monsters and the island of lotus eaters and things like that. That's
Oh
more,
man,
You
we
know
got
what?
the Henry Flagler Railroad painting down there at the professional building.
Oh, you know what?
around
I got to stop
95.
in
that's
there.
a-
That's
that's
going to be
a
a
cool-
great
that's
one.
a
I'm
cool
gonna
the
stop in
dive
there.
museum.
The
Oh,
dive
yeah,
museum. Well, that's
That's
Isla
outside,
Mirada.
that's
No,
Isla Mirada.
we're only going to the Snake Creek Bridge or Tavernier Creek Bridge.
Creek
I'm sorry.
Don't
As
doesn't
far as
the
we're-
distribution of Coconut Telegraph go between here?
Yes,
and,
but see, the idea is we don't want to have it so cluttered. We're doing 100 businesses only, and we've already got 25 or so signed up.
There you go.
Okay, so somebody wants to be involved in this. They don't have to make, they need to see it first. So you ought to give me a call so I
Yeah.
can bring them the old map. I have a laminated
Yeah.
old one that we did in 1996, and they can see for real what it's kind of going to look like, although it's
Are
be
you
all
going to
new
do this
business.
online too? Are you going to?
Yeah, you're going to be able to find it online at the
Yeah.
coconuttelegraph.com.
Oh, good.
But
Yeah,
I'd like for folks to give me a call, and I'd like to bring it to them. This is old school marketing. I'd like to bring it to you. I want to show it to you exactly.
When
Come on,
why don't
show
you give me
face
your
to
number?
face, not do the whole, look up on my Facebook and do this, do that.
No, I want to show it to
Come
them.
on.
That's the way I'm
Let's
used
sit
to.
down, have a couple beers, talk about this, have a good old time.
Or
Yeah,
remember the
that's it.
Pokemon thing? They could have the you could do an interactive thing like the. Did you know
what?
about the Pokemon thing?
No, I was
There was
not.
a
We're gonna start that
GPS.
shit
It was
again.
happened like 2
That
years
sounds
ago.
Oh,
like-
I
that
remember that.
sounds
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Where did that go? What happened to that?
It's just a fad. It went.
Yeah,
like
but
the
it's
pet
gone.
rock,
Boom.
Just like
yeah.
Well,
like
too
there's
many
plenty
people
of
walk
there's
in
plenty
front
of rocks.
buses.
There's
First-
plenty of rocks right now, but no one's making pet
I
rocks
can
anymore.
tell you that I was not involved in that Pokemon thing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, they
I'm
put
too
it.
old
They
for
put
that
it in the places that were indistinct, and it would make sense to put like if you want to do treasure hunting, you make it a virtual treasure hunt. And you
Dude.
show up, you find a coupon in a
Yeah.
certain area
Yeah.
by making people go to a certain place,
How
and
ab-
this way it gets them in their business.
That sounds like
And
a
it's
great
not
idea.
a real hard thing
You
to
do that. I'm doing this.
I could figure out how to do that. I think there
You
is a-
probably could.
You probably could do
They'll
it.
give you a whole
Yeah.
long
Groupon.
list with bullet points. And
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
could show you a
Groupon.
pie graph.
57 color glossy
Wow, a
photos.
pie
No,
graph.
no.
What is
but
that?
you know what?
What's
why
a
don't
pie
you,
graph?
Why don't we give?
Fuck if I know.
It's better than a bar graph. Or maybe not.
Maybe
a bar
it's
graph's
pie
better
charts,
than
Is
a
it
pie
as good
chart.
as a
Pie
pie
charts.
chart?
And there's a Venn diagram I can show
How
you.
about how
Never
about
heard
a
of those
vector,
either.
man? Is
Apple
it
pie
like
charts.
vectoring?
Key
You
Largo
know?
pie
Have you done a
charts.
vector of it?
Okay,
Rhubarb.
let us give Kenny Stanley a moment to give his
all
phone
I want to
number
do is
and
let people know
contact
that they
information.
need to see this
No, I
thing.
think
They
that's
don't.
a really
There's
great
no
idea,
pressure.
man.
No pressure. I want to come into your business. I just want you to see this really cool, fun caricature map. So all you got to do is call me, if you don't mind, at 305-906-0306. I live right here in Key Largo, and I'll stop by and we'll chat.
And listen, if you just want to pop and send an email to us at the Keys bartender, we'll be happy to send you the information to get a hold of Kenny because I'll have his information.
Roger
here.
that.
And,
Hey, it's been a real pleasure.
no.
Thank you for letting me be on with you
you're
guys.
welcome.
This
You're
is
welcome.
an awesome
I
thing.
think when you started hearing about the different types of shit
Yeah.
that these guys have stepped in. I mean, I stepped in like a couple different types of shit.
I
but
was,
they had a long list of it.
I was very close to removing myself from the building when you guys were talking about. I heard about horse shit, deer shit, bird shit.
Hey, you know what? We got a
cow
notion.
shit,
We got a
pig
notion
shit,
not too far from us.
dog
and there's
shit,
hundreds
cat
of different
shit.
animals we're swimming in a toilet out
Yeah.
there.
They're all
yeah.
shitting.
You know
It's
what?
all shit.
You ever
I'll
seen
start
manatee shit?
Yes.
I
I
have.
seen it the other
It's like
day.
human.
Yeah, yeah.
Big old
It's
brown
something to be
turds
avoided.
floating
I
up
got to
and
tell
down the
you.
canal.
Have you ever watched a manatee fart?
Oh, all the time.
Man, those are some gassy
They are
fucking
some
creatures.
gassy
lot
little
of
things,
big-
man.
They eat a lot of vegetation, so it makes
Yeah.
Hey, and they just gurgle away, man.
Yeah, you swim
And,
the other way.
Forget where. I think it was at Gilbert's, and this little kid was like, "Oh, mommy, look at the bubbles." I said, "Those aren't bubbles. Those are farts."
They're farts.
And the
Manatee
mom
farts.
gave me the shittiest look ever. Like,
sense. No pun intended.
I mean, really, a shitty look, man.
Yeah,
I
a
was
fart
like,
is a shit that didn't happen.
I mean,
You never heard that?
I've heard that.
I guess
Yeah.
she wanted me to say, "Oh, look, it's magic fucking pixie
Magic
bubbles,
fucking bubbles.
coming out of the manatee's ass."
Okay, well, we'd like to thank
Hey, thank
Kenny
you very
Stanley,
much. It's been a pleasure to
from
meet
the
you all.
Coconut
I hope to see you all
Telegraph.
again.
We
I'd like
wish
to-
you the best
Kenny.
of luck with the Key
Oh,
Oh,
Largo
we see you all the
Treasure Map.
time. What do you
Well, I'll
see?
see you.
I hope we
Enjoy.
someday will
Nice
be
to meet you all
found on
again.
the treasure map.
You-
All right,
You're
signing
welcome
off.
to hang out and join the shit show if you'd like.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, you know, recently we've been looking for an issue or charity that we can get our hands on, and we found one. And I said it at the beginning: Camel Pollicemus or Alces talosis, and it's an awareness campaign for a affliction that affects both men and women. So interrupt me when you find out. You don't have to interrupt me, Luke, when you find out. You know what I'm talking about. You do know. Do you know? Oh, good. Okay. Besides being
I'm just gonna sit
socially
over here
awkward
and-
embarrassing, there are physical symptoms such as blood flow restriction, heat and odor retention, and fungus.
Heat what?
Heat and odor retention.
Heat
Like
and odor?
odor.
Oh, odor.
Smell. Odor.
Oh, okay.
Not odin. Odor.
Odoriferous.
Yeah. Or fungus.
Among Us?
Fungus growth, fungus explosion. And one of the main things that
Yeast.
education is key to relieving this terrible affliction. The AMA does not recognize this as an affliction. And it's up to us to make sure family and friends feel comfortable.
Might
about
be
it.
more genetic.
I think it's genetic and it's also behavioral.
It's definitely
It's
behavioral.
definitely behavioral. And
But a lot of our
and they're
behavior
making
comes
sure,
from our
hey,
genetics.
Are you going up? Because we still got Luke, I still have to.
BEERUN. Be run.
I'll go for a bud.
Y'all
Yeah.
have a great one, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you. So, being able to know, more you know, the more we're able to make us feel comfortable enough to tell those loved ones.
Oh, Shauner's bringing us something blue,
It's
man.
creamy. What's in it? Okay,
Oh, there you go.
Give it to him.
Wow, I didn't notice it had
Oh.
blue, man. This
Oh, yeah,
is
we
like,
have
this
Sean
is extra
Dickens,
chlorinated one.
Bartender,
Well, good. Since we have Sean over here, I don't have to
musician,
try to get up to
the
the.
host of our monthly
It almost
jam
smells
night.
like it has Alka-Seltzer in it, man.
Okay, we're still in the middle. It's nice that we.
I mean, it
we're
smells like it has
hey,
effervescence
Can you just
in
turn
it,
off
man.
Luke's mic for a moment? Because it's right in the middle of the bit. Luke, can we finish the bit?
We're back to the bit now.
Wow, that was pretty fucking good, man.
We're back. We're coming back to the. We're getting back around to the bit. Okay.
What?
Jim's got his bit going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I write this for a reason. You think they're going to fucking listen to talking about some musician that died 40 years ago? Or
No,
we're
it
gonna
was
do-
a come in a hot tub shot I
Squirrel.
just did.
Squirrel.
Okay.
Squirrel.
Shot.
Okay. Well, you know what?
We're musicians. You put alcohol in front of us, you have our undivided attention.
Jim's day started out shitty. He got here and found out he had several blown kegs.
Yeah.
And he was trying to not get overly pissed, but I could see it was eating on him, man.
Okay.
And so I'm sorry to compound and pile on to that fucking earlier previous.
You know, I spent about an hour and a half on this.
Today?
No, 2 days ago.
Oh.
And that was great. You just drank a cum in a hot tub, and we had a 5-minute interlude.
Sorry.
Okay. You know what? We'll talk about it another time. You know that? You fucking guys kill me sometimes. Well, I had this thing going, and it's recognized and stuff like that. It's probably not even funny anymore. So, but this affliction is also called deer hoof, golden arches, cat's paw, mule nose, yo-yo smuggler, mumble pants in Sweden, mumbler in Aussie, beef curtains, steak and eggs for men, dinner roll, crotch waffle. Yes, we're speaking about camel toe and moose knuckle, a socially debilitating affliction that affects young and old, rich and poor, Catholic, Jews, Protestants. I imagine Muslims, because I bet there's some woman in a burqa in Kabul, Afghanistan, that even though you don't see it,
has a wicked camel toe.
Has a wicked camel toe going on there. As sure as the tree falling in the woods, just because you don't hear it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. That's not all written down.
So is this your Latin pronunciation?
That's Latin for camel and toe. And I didn't want to whine, but that's all right. But okay. So, do you wear your shorts way too high? Your yoga pants too tight? Your baseball uniform too snug? And you may remember that. I mean, I'm talking about Chris Christie. Remember Chris Christie?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a snake and eggs, and it's a tiny snake for him. You are susceptible.
Oh, now I'm seeing where you're going, man. Okay, I
remember the old World War II slogan, loose lips sink ships? Well, let the sun shine on the camel toe and end the affliction. It's time to have those lips sealed. Cure camel toe by informing your friends they don't have to walk around with camel toe or moose knuckle.
Sure they do.
So have you heard about Toblerone?
No, they don't. No, you just don't have to wear your pants so high and stuff like that.
Dude, you ever been up to the Walmart in Florida City?
Oh, yeah. It's all camel toe and moose knuckle.
Have you heard about the Toblerone?
What's this?
The Toblerone. You know, like the chocolate thing is shaped like a triangle. They call, the Toblerone that the high school kids sell you.
No. I don't know.
Well, it's a triangular shaped fucking
chocolate.
It's a Swiss chocolate.
Yeah, and so certain chicks, the way their gap is and the way their legs meet, you can stick a Toblerone right in there. That's what they call it. So there's these young chicks posting a picture of their Toblerones now.
They've got the thigh gap going on.
Yeah.
Now the Toblerone's okay. But these girls think they're in shape. But I've seen chicks that are way more in shape that have a way sexier gap without having the Toblerone where it comes back together, where the thighs actually come back and touch. That to me means that your thighs are a little too fat.
That means that you need that means that you need to sit down and eat some biscuits and gravy.
They actually have an insert for insert for panties for women in between there that cause a camel toe.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there's some people that think it's alluring.
Oh, it's like the girls that go and get a butt job, man. And
the Brazilian butt lift?
Yeah.
No, but they have. It's not an insert. It's not surgically. It's not. It's just.
It's a prosthetic.
It's worn.
It's a prosthetic.
Yeah, it's like sticking a pair of tube socks down your shorts to make you look
cucumber,
like you have a package.
Cucumber wrapped in foil.
Yeah.
Why a tube socks?
Well, that's just what
cucumber
we had
wrapped
back
in
the
foil.
70s,
You had to twist them up, I guess.
No.
No, I had
No.
fucking football style tube socks. They were really fucking long.
And you got to leave one out so you can tuck it in your belt so it doesn't snake down your leg too far.
Otherwise you get it going too far down, and then it looks like a turd slipping. You know?
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know why someone wants to look like they have a fat vagina, and then wants to. I mean, if they
I can show you really gross video if you want to laugh at it.
What?
They call it the Big Mac.
What? Okay.
Oh no.
No, that's all right. We know the video doesn't really work on the podcast thing.
You know, we could probably
We
throw
could
it
post
up on
it.
the we could post it on the site a
I
little
can
bit
post
later.
it on Facebook and things like that. But
We'll post it up a little bit later.
we
Luke's gonna
will
find it for
have
us.
a picture of Chris Christie. We do have a picture of Chris Christie, right?
I have no idea.
That's that email I sent you that said episode 102.
I don't know. That's got the big old baseball player.
That's Chris Christie.
Is that Chris Christie?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the camel. I didn't put his face on it.
Okay. I have
So
no
to
idea.
avoid any, I don't know if that protects us or anything like that.
I don't know.
I don't know if we need protection
Dude,
because that's public.
last truly horrendous moose knuckle I saw, I was up at Walmart in Florida City.
Yeah.
There is a large woman who's wearing yoga pants the same exact color of her skin. Wow, that's kind of scary, Luke.
Oh my God.
I don't know if we can put that on Facebook. I don't know if we can put that on Facebook.
That's
No,
one
we're
of
not
them.
going to be able to put that on
Yeah,
Facebook.
we can't put
That's
that
one
on
of them
Facebook.
thing they call pussy
gross.
pumping, man.
There
Look
you go.
how they pump it up
Woo.
like that, man. And it
Okay.
looks
Well,
like it
we've
looks like a
lost
Big
the boys.
Mac.
They're
Looks like it's
they're
infected.
staring at the. They're going to be staring at the phone for a couple
Oh
minutes
my
there.
God. I wouldn't go near there.
Yeah. Anyway, I was up at Walmart in Florida City, and there was a large woman wearing yoga pants the same exact color of her skin.
Oh, really?
Oh my God! I'm coming around the corner. I just turned the corner. I bailed out, went down to the next aisle, and of course, you know, it's like a train wreck. You got to go back and look. I'm like, she can't be walking around.
I know
naked.
that picture that Luke was showing me. I didn't know exactly what I was seeing in the beginning. It looked like someone was eating a hamburger with a skin-colored bun with a skin-colored
meat,
and it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it
That-
wasn't quite that.
but it
And
didn't have any cheese on it.
Oh,
Well,
you
it
don't
might
know.
have.
You don't know, buddy.
It
Well,
might have.
it must have been buried deep in it because I didn't have my glasses on, but
Yeah, you don't know. Cheese
it could have been
exists
from
whether
Monday.
you see it or not.
Yeah.
It's more of a thing you'd probably taste. So,
Oh my God.
well, it is.
No, I'm laughing at Sean's wife wobbling around the corner. She's getting awfully pregnant.
She's like 2 weeks from giving birth to a fucking
well, that
6
happens
foot
with
tall
them,
fucking
like-
kid.
Yeah.
I was thinking we need to get that woman a chair and just kind of push her over.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
we got a
definitely
couple.
ready for
We got two,
wheels.
that and Chanel. You know Chanel.
I know Chanel.
Chanel's do.
Is KLI still open? We go get a wheelbarrow.
No, that's got to be something for a woman that's so active. To,
Oh, I know.
I mean, I don't know what I would be doing with that, but
You'd be making millions of dollars if you were
Yep.
that pregnant.
well, hasn't there been a guy that carried one?
I
thought they
vaguely
did that.
remember something
Yeah,
about a dude
yeah, I
that
think
they
they
implanted
did that
him
a few
and
years
he
back.
did deliver via C-section.
Yeah, it would have to be C-section, or unless. There's no other way.
Because, I mean, he wouldn't want to crap it out. And it sure ain't going to come out your dick hole.
No.
No. On a lighter note, we are in the midst of our slow season, and
It is
Luke
slow,
Luke had
slow,
Luke and Bill had some. I don't know if Bill's the same thing, but Luke just had some vacant dates, and you just filled some for September.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a couple dates, and we all got our Septembers sorted out, and we're now actually working all September long, so we're all happy.
So what do we? Now this is where we can talk about music and stuff like that. It's not about me. We're going to talk about what it's like here in September, October. We're rolling into that thing. We're looking at the tropical storms. There's nothing. There's no activity right now.
They're talking about maybe.
There's one supposed to form next week in the Bahamas.
Someone said that, and then I had other people get on there and said that's maybe from last year.
Well, it depends
could
on
be
which sites. There's a couple different sites, and it depends on who you look at.
Like a storm developing there, but right now we're much better
Right.
shape than we were last year.
Yeah,
There
we
was-
don't have
there was
we
one
don't have
after-
a Cat 5 storm
No,
rolling down
but
on us.
I remember,
we're in
wasn't
great
it?
shape.
We had a couple of them early on, and then a couple behind it. And,
no, they're looking at a depression,
like
maybe
one after another coming across the Atlantic.
They're maybe looking at a depression forming up over the Bahamas or South Florida, maybe next weekend.
On Monday, right?
Yeah, on Monday.
Someone said it, and then someone looked on there and said, "But okay, but this time of year,
we'll see what this is long.
My
This is
phone
long.
is showing up, man.
Yeah, this is long-term forecast, so it's highly subjective.
But because not only that, you got kids going back to school. We still get our European friends coming over here. I think a lot of Dutch people in town. We're fortunate being, and you heard it many times before, that we're a locals place. And what happens in a locals place is that when they're dead, people won't go to the big venues that are empty.
No.
They go to a local
they
place.
go to all the local bars.
They go to local bars, not the big hangouts. And places this weekend, after this weekend, we'll have some places closed down for the month.
Yeah, don't the Fish House usually take a vacation?
I don't think they're going to do it with the
Well, the Encore's
they might.
closed.
You think they might?
I think they're still going. I think they're still going to.
They always close in September, man.
You know what?
I think
wouldn't
they're still
say
going
whenever they close down, and there's no. It used to be they close down, they go to the Encore, and the Encore close down, they go to the Fish House. Now, when they close down,
they
go
have
to
another restaurant.
they're
going
to go to another
door.
restaurant.
And this is probably
And
the closest one down the
we're-
line.
well, there's Alfredo's across the street and all that stuff. But
You know,
I'm
I have not been there
I don't
yet.
think I'm doing a disservice. We have we're at the Catch. You know, we do what we do very well. We have a extensive menu, a lot more choices than seafood. And when people walk in here, that they know they're going to get something they should be able to enjoy. But
nobody's got no beans and cornbread.
I do.
I don't believe that's.
I got black.
I bet there's got to be a place down here.
Beans and
I
cornbread.
got black.
Yeah, no,
I got
that's
black
not
eyed
real
peas
mics.
and cornbread.
Two pickle hogtails tied in a knot.
Well, that's not real. That's not like a Florida Keys thing, is it?
No,
No,
it's not. It's
not at
Southern
all.
thing.
Well,
It might have been back in the early
Back
20s.
back in the cracker days.
no.
Yeah, man, back when they was raiding ships and stuff. When they were out there putting out the fucking
was
the
probably-
flights, they
That
go
was
out there
probably
and-
any old
Oh,
bean
it
we can get our
reflects when
hand
people
on.
are going,
the wreckers, man.
they did that all over, man. They did that in New England.
I
Ever
think-
seen the movie The Shipping News?
Shipping news. That
there's
sounds familiar.
Yeah, it took place in Newfoundland. How do you say it? They're called Newfies. They're called
Newfoundlands.
Newfies. Newfoundland. But they don't say it that way. And in this story, this old family used to build these fires, and they built
You
them.
betcha.
They moved the navigation fires further inland, and people would wreck, and they'd go out there. Once they wrecked, they'd go out there and raid,
Yeah.
and they'd rape and steal
Pillage,
and all that. And,
take all their shit.
Yeah, take all this shit.
Rape, pillage, then burn.
Yeah,
Make
this
sure
is-
you get the first two marked off
in the
before you
1800s,
light everything on
yeah.
fire.
in the 1800s, and that happened up
Actually,
and down.
that was back in the 14, 15s. I mean,
Oh,
pirates
that-
been
that-
going
that
on
ran
for
right
a
up-
long, long time.
Dude.
I know, but they
I
didn't.
mean, the Spanish
Navigational-
were stealing the
that
fucking
ran up-
Incan gold, man. And
Right up into the early 20th century.
You know what? Sailing at any time before the 1700s was such a guessing game
No, man, them
because they
dudes
were
had it
coming up
down
to the
pat.
coast. Wait,
They had their roots fucking marked, man.
what?
They had their roots fucking marked.
No, there were some places they didn't have maps for.
Yeah.
I said before the 1700s, they didn't have everything mapped out.
No, they had
but
all the
that's why
coastal
they had
stuff.
a dude on the front of the boat that would take
Right,
soundings.
Yeah, they had all the coastal stuff mapped
Okay,
out.
1600s then. I was off 100.
1600.
Yeah, you go up there. And
Remember
you,
that computer device thing they found from an ancient, Greek wreck?
I'm thinking you got to go all the way back to the 1500s.
Even the
I mean, there's
Egyptians,
places
even the
that weren't
Egyptians
all
could travel extensively on
the
the ocean.
topographies were not mapped out with the.
No, but they had the coastlines mapped, and they knew where everything was.
And the
Well, I mean,
coastline
locally,
changes
you don't
all the
know
time.
where
man.
a reef is or something like that, or a low point or something like that.
Right.
So you don't- you have a
locally,
map-
you don't know. If I go up and go to down here, if if I want to run out to Florida Bay, I know exactly where not to go. If I go up to Diamond Head, oh hell no! I want somebody who knows where everything is up on my boat.
And then after a storm,
so they would a lot of times they would just take it real slow when they were coming in. They'd anchor up and then they'd send a boat in.
Up.
What?
You can still fuck it up bad taking it slow.
I know, but they didn't have that thing where the drop-off was.
Right.
They didn't know. They could just keep on
But
sailing.
no,
You see an island right there.
as
you
far
would know
as-
when you're coming up to an
No, you
island
did a
or
sounding,
reef
man.
that you're going to come up into 3 feet.
you did a sounding. You didn't, if you saw it coming, any smart captain would start doing soundings.
You had the longboats out front towing you along,
man,
dropping lead lines.
They would send scouts and stuff. They weren't stupid, man. Some of them were, but
Okay.
the
So
stupid ones were fucking taken care of by Darwinism, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least
so the
hopefully
shipwreck
they
business,
died before they reproduced
the-
and didn't spread their ignorance.
the shipwreck business is built upon bad navigation.
No, the
it's built
shipwreck-
upon tricks.
I know there's
shipwreck
storms
business
too.
is-
There were storms
business
too.
down here is built upon tropical storms until they got the weather patterns down.
I mean,
Yeah, and storms did take people off. guard.
people-
Man, that screwed the Spanish. They lost a ton of stuff because of hurricanes.
You know what's
Spanish-
really bizarre to me is how long Lords of London insurance has
Lloyd's,
been around.
Lloyd's.
Yeah, Lloyd's.
Lord,
of
you're
London.
thinking Lord and Taylor's. That's the
No,
department
it
store.
was-
Lloyd's of London.
Yes, Lloyd's of London, man. And who the fuck is Lloyd? And how did he get all that money to fucking? So now, whenever they find a shipwreck from way back when that Lloyd's insured, I mean, it could be
Boom.
200-300
That belongs to
years
them.
ago. It they
because
go
they
after
pay
'em.
they pay it out on the claim. That's their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then the same thing
Me,
goes.
I'm like finders keepers.
if you're inside
winners,
territory, if
weavers.
you're inside territorial waters, the state and the country has their right. There's a a friend of mine who lives in North Key Largo, and he has these old Grecian urns, and he was never able to. His father found in the Mediterranean, and he never got them authenticated because they're
Because if you got them authenticated, they would have taken them away.
they belong to Greece, wherever they were taken from. They could have been. You got to point to the wreck where it was, and in order to establish that. Where are we at right now?
Oh, we got a few minutes.
We are? Okay, well, when we talk about the places that we're going to be playing coming up, your new gigs, Luke.
That's not Lou gigs. That's Key Billy fill in.
Tomorrow.
Luke is?
Luke
Oh.
is.
Yeah,
You're gonna be-
tomorrow I'm at
What you going to be doing Thursday
the
nights?
crib.
No, next week Cody's going to be out of town, so we got Luke filling in. We'll be Luke Glenn and the Key Billies Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, okay. Luke, Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday. We'll be at Blackwater Siren and we'll be at Sharky's.
Oh, Sharky's on Saturday.
And we will all be fat, drunk, and happy.
You know, eventually they're going to have, we'll probably post their calendars on our website, and we'll just put things with.
I'm still trying to figure that shit out, man.
It's not hard. It's not really hard to
No,
but
how
it-
did I end up with 15
It's not
different
hard,
fucking
but it never
calendars?
seems to populate right. It'll
Exactly.
get like 1/3 of your fucking dates.
And then it keeps adding calendars I didn't even know
I
I
know.
had.
You get like 6 damn calendars back, and you're like, I don't
And
want
then
this
so
thing.
to post on one calendar but not the others.
Well, we're going to figure out how to do
We're
this.
going to figure out how to
So
do
if
that.
somebody
and you can
knows
all-
how to straighten out my fucking media stuff, man, that would be fucking awesome. Because I got a lot of fucked up shit that could be fucking a lot more improved if I had a fucking teenager of my own.
I can get you one. You want one?
That's called human trafficking.
Oh, hell no.
Just long enough to get all my fucking shit.
It won't be
working
human
the way I want.
trafficking. His mom is more than happy to get him out of the house.
Why?
Is it-
It doesn't matter
I
if
need
the
an
family
IT
sells
guy.
you a child. If they're not of age and you give them to someone else, it's human
Well, no,
trafficking.
I just need a competent IT guy that'll work cheap, man. Does he smoke pot yet?
Probably.
I can always dangle the fucking, hey, man, if you do a really cool job on this, I'll let you smoke some
Probably.
weed, man.
I'm sure there's someone in.
I started smoking when I was a teenager.
I mean,
so
someone
fuck
in
hell yeah.
Bangkok.
Bangkok.
I knew
That's
you'd
the
like
problem,
that.
man. A lot of these Indian guys, that'll do it. Dude, it cost me $100 to get me to show up. These Indian guys will do your whole
$10.
damn website for $100.
Hey, there's another favorite place I discovered recently, man. It's a true story, no shit. Suck Muck Dick, Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Nick.
There's Fuck It in Thailand.
Thailand.
Well, no, and then there's another.
Phuket, I think it's called Phuket.
Fuck it.
Fuck
I
it.
think there's another town just called Fuck in Austria.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People
There's
go
fuck.
there and
There's in Germany, I know there's kissing.
You know, surprisingly, in that fuck place in Austria, they
And I know
actually
that-
have a declining population because of low birth rate.
they don't fuck there
They
anymore.
don't fuck there anymore.
No, there's no jobs and all the young people left.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a kissing in Germany, which is not too far from fuck. It's just on the other side of the border.
Well, it's got to be before you're going to be kissing before you get
Exactly.
the fuck.
Well, as long as I don't have to live and lick ass.
Lickety split.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it depends
Lickety
on
split's
what's the
not
split,
bad.
You know.
Okay. We are winding it down. We got the eating ass and licking ass and whatever.
Poor
that was.
Jim, man.
No, that's all right. That part's good.
We tortured
That
the
has a
shit
lot
out
to
of
do
him.
with the keys. Licking ass and kissing ass and all
There you
that
go.
stuff. That's all attributable.
A little bit of hind lick maneuver
Yeah,
going
the
on
hind leg
there.
maneuver.
The hind lick, man.
Well, this is Jim the Keys bartender. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I'd like to thank all our listeners in Texas, Philadelphia, Sweden, for some reason Kiev. Thank you for listening out there. Kathmandu, Nepal. When I fucking Singapore, I'm going to put Singapore in there. They speak English.
Dude, I know.
That's our main. That's our.
I do
Son
not
of
need
a
to go back to Singapore.
Bitch, man. I just got a whiff of the chicken wings, man. If you've never had Catch chicken wings.
Dude, they got
oh,
the best goddamn
shit.
chicken wings here ever.
Motherfucker,
Hands
man.
down.
And they'll make them naked or clothed, either way you want them.
I know.
I like them. I like them with the bread and on.
I like mine naked
Naked.
with garlic all over.
Yeah.
'em.
Naked with
and
garlic.
hot as a motherfucker.
Those things smell so damn good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Since Luke said it, until next time, may all your
Showers,
showers
be golden.
be golden.
If we don't see it before it rains, piss on
on
you.
you.
And look out for your friends that have camel toe and moose knuckle. They may not know. Oh, we can start putting like mirrors at waist level so they can check themselves instead of just looking at their faces. They should maybe even the bathrooms they should have like crotch level.
Maybe they should just ban fucking pants that grip you too tight, man.
No,
Or don't wear
I'm a
that
big
high.
fan of yoga pants on the right body.
Yeah, but see, the thing is
I
you
know
invite
that's
it
not
to
the right body.
and I don't want to say names, but
Who is it? Who is it?
Oh, dude, no, we got a laundry list.
it runs in the family.
We got a
Family?
laundry
no,
list.
there's a whole family down here.
Down here.
Dude, they show up and you're like,
Oh my
no.
God, you could not have put that on and went, oh, I look so cute in this. No, you don't, man.
Oh,
You
okay.
really don't.
Big ass.
And that hairy fucking mole doesn't help.
Oh,
Okay. That's good.
damn.
Let's.
Woo.
Hey.
Okay. Anyway,
And I
we're
like
Stay
being
closing
trim,
it out.
ladies.
judgmental,
Stay
man.
trim.
No, you
Brazilian wax, whatever.
please, by all means. I'm a big fan of women that can survive a small famine. I like a little meat.
I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about the. I thought he was talking about the hair.
Oh, okay. Stay true.
Doesn't matter, man. It's meat, hair, cat, rabbit, same old, same old. There's a gracious fat, and then there's a nasty fat.
There
That's
you go.
the nicest way I can put it.
No fat shaming.
And
We're not fat
And I,
shaming.
like Bill, have been with my share of large women that
I
were
love-
beautiful and gracious, and I love them to death to this day.
I love a woman that can survive a small famine.
or a large family.
But
Or a large
I don't,
famine,
I
for
don't
that
like
matter.
one that just doesn't get the whole concept of.
You ever seen My 600-Pound Life?
I have. That's
No.
a fucking sad fucking. It
No.
makes
You got
me
to check it
sad.
out.
No,
man. Man,
Fuck
they're
no.
looking at him. And
No,
they
no,
are
no.
amazing.
If you can't get
Yeah,
out
you-
your own damn front
No,
door,
but
that's
I
your
can
own
see- I can
goddamn
see-
problem.
I can see how you get down that road of shame, the shame cycle of eating
Oh,
and
fuck
doing
no.
it and doing it and doing it.
Dude, at
it's
what
just like
point-
someone becoming a heroin addict. I try it one more
So-
time. And then you're
so-
saying, I'm on the street. I'll suck my friend's dick for another thing, and that's what you end up doing. The shame cycle, behaving, and that's
Real quick, this is a true story, no shit. When I was in Titusville, just getting out of high school, it was a small town still. So at the mall, they had this group that would meet, you know, overweight watchers or whatever,
Overeaters Anonymous
or whatever. So I saw several people there leave, and they split up and went in 3 different directions, these 3 cars. And across the street is a Wendy's. One of them went there. In the same parking lot is a fucking Burger King. And just down the way, a little ways, just right, you could still see where they went. They went to the McDonald's.
There you go.
So the dude that went to the Burger King was sitting in the mall parking lot with like a grocery bag full of burgers and fries, and he's eating them and crying his eyes out and just woofing this shit down, man.
Dude, that's
That
weird.
is-
That
was
was
sad.
so heartbreaking to
I
me.
know.
Oh man, you know,
But
Because people put so much. That's how bad we fuck with each other.
yeah.
We need to get back to love, spreading the love.
Well, I
I've
mean,
been skinny as hell. I've been fat as hell. I'm good either
usually,
way.
no. Usually, the thing is because you didn't have. I only say this once: is we never had the conveniences of being able to shove so much bad food down our.
No, I can't.
No, I
can't-
mean you have vehicles and stuff like that. You didn't have the convenience 100 years ago of becoming
Oh, hell, you didn't have-
obesely fat.
No, dude.
You had to fight to live every day. Even
You had to be
get up.
super wealthy to be fat,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that's why plump women used
Yeah,
to.
you had to be super. That's where they show those
Okay.
pictures.
There, I got a funny story. Years ago, I ran a restaurant down in Macon, Georgia, and that will remain nameless. But I had a Nigerian guy working for me, Sunday Umosian. And
Sunday
he
what?
Sunday Umosian.
Umosian. Okay.
Big Nigerian guy. He was the lover of the large women.
Ah.
Back in his country, if you had a big woman, that was a sign of prosperity.
Right.
My God, he had the whole harem of big old large chicks following him around all the time because he was banging everybody constantly.
What did he look like?
A little short, dumpy black dude.
Oh, wasn't big, heavy.
No,
No, it's
no,
probably beanpole skinny.
no. He wasn't skinny. He had a little bulk on him because he'd been over in America long enough to eat
okay.
enough. But super nice guy. We had the best time
Nigerians
ever.
are big people. That's not a thing. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
big people in
he
Nigeria.
was
I don't know.
probably
I've never
Tall
been.
people.
He
There's
was,
a couple football players from there.
Well,
Aren't they
you know,
really
he was
fast,
6
too?
foot tall and not as big as I am. But
Yeah.
but like I said, he was the lover of the large women. Man, he had the whole harem. He'd come in the bar and he'd have 3 or 4 girls that were all like 300 plus. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, man, you were living it up.
Hey, man, you're gonna bust the shocks in your car, man.
I used to go over.
300
and get,
pounds isn't going to
I used to go over and
Well,
give
when
him
you
chicken
got
wings.
4 of them in your car, that's
Oh, yeah.
especially if it's a Honda Civic.
Well, you know, either way, you know, it is a shame, and it's a behavior that you just goes around and round.
I
the way you
know.
do it. Like you said, when you're sitting in a empty parking lot just eating, it's just like drinking. If you drink too much and then you do
And
something you're
hiding
ashamed
it.
about, and then you go back in order to deal with the shame of what you did, you go back to the thing that you did that caused you shame, and it's a shame. That's why they call it a shame spiral.
It's a shame spiral.
Yeah,
It's a spiral of shame.
yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not a
Okay, let's move back towards the upbeat. We're done with shaming stuff.
Oh, we were
We're
Keys
breaking down
bartender
here
and stuff like that, and we were in the middle of the height of the shame spiraling season down here, the off season.
Oh, you gotta understand, when it gets slow down here, we all kind of go stir crazy because
Yeah.
there's not enough
We do.
business. We're barely making
Oh,
any
and
money.
musicians are the worst about the shame spiral.
Oh, and
I have to apologize to my buddy Luke because I set him up last week with a certain player where I came in, I set all my stuff
a
up.
keyboard player.
No, No, we're not even going to
No,
go
we're
that
not
far.
even going to mention the name because he's such a sweet
He's
fucking
a super
guy.
nice guy.
man.
But I set up all my stuff and said, hey, you go do this. And Luke's looking at me. He's giving me the evil eye across the room going, oh, you suck. Oh, you suck.
Oh, my God. And
But this is what musicians do this to each other. We're like, let me fuck with you. Let me torture your ass for about 45 minutes.
So here I am. This guy is supposed to be just laying down a rhythm for me, man, so I can groove. No, the minute I go into the lead, he starts trying to play lead along with me, and he's on a bass, and I'm on a guitar, and it's just...
It's just button
I
heads.
mean, it's just...
I'm sitting over there in the corner drinking my beer going,
He's not laying down.
And
bass
so
line for
I'm
you.
the only one that knows where I'm going, and it's taken every bit of concentration I have to just keep plowing to make it, And after the song's done, most people have no idea. They thought it sounded great. Oh,
woo, everybody's clapping.
and he thinks he did a great job. But no, if I had it on tape and I was to play it right now, you would go, "What the fuck kind of cacophony mess was that?"
Cacophony. No one ever uses that word. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay, it's time to start wrapping it up, guys.
Oh, we went like 15 minutes.
Oh, we're almost an hour.
Okay. Well, this is Jim the Keys bartender. I'm signing off. Going to Luke.
Good night, peace, love, and all like that shit stuff.
Peace, love, and lots of weed for everybody. There you go.
And I'm going to go burn one. I'm going to see if I can talk Jim into burning one. It might improve
might
his
be able
outlook
to.
on his day.
He's had a hell of a day. You might be able to talk him into burning one.
Just a puff or two, man. I'll take the edge off, brother.
There you go. Well, thank you all so much. We do appreciate you hanging out and listening to us. We will be back next Tuesday about 4 o'clock or so. Thank you again. We do appreciate you hanging out and listening, and we will see you guys later. Thank you so much.